Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the press conference that we have each Wednesday following the City Council meeting. We meet each Wednesday to go over things that were discussed during the council meeting. And it also gives me a time to remind people of some of the events going on in the city. As we're heading into Thanksgiving tomorrow, I want to say a very special thank you to everybody who supported two events that have been going on in honor of Miss Annie Berry. The turkey campaign that was given out last week was very successful. And then also this week, the Feed the People campaign will be offering lunches on Thanksgiving Day for many in the city who otherwise would probably go without a nice meal that day. People have been very generous with the canned goods. We delivered most of them, but we have some more that people dropped off today, which is very impressive. And it reminds me constantly that we do live in the friendly city and that people do care about others. City Hall will be closed tomorrow on Thanksgiving, and of course we are closed on Fridays, but we'll be back in the office on Monday. And we wish all families that are traveling out of Columbus a safe trip and then a safe trip back. The events that I wanted to mention for next week, we have our Christmas tree lighting, which this year will take place next to the the Tennessee Williams home. The grounds there, next close to the CBB. The events start at 5:30, and I think the lighting of the tree will be around 6:15. We'll have carolers there. Main Street is working with the Columbus Cultural and Heritage Foundation this year for the event, and they've got surprises planned for the kids as long as they last. And then we'll light the new Christmas tree for the first time that the city has. And we want to thank Oak Bridge Insurance again for the donation to be able to purchase the new tree. So we hope that people will come out at 5:30 on Monday as we officially kick off the holiday season here in Columbus. At last night's council meeting, was actually not a very long council meeting. We worked on basically regular business of the city, some of the things that we needed to get taken care of before we move into next week. I'm trying to look back over on some of the things we discussed. Some things that we did that were a little bit different that we had in discussions were that we are contracting to trap beavers in the city. There's been some issues around Ashley Furniture or Wilkins Rise Road and other areas where the beavers have been damming up ditches and things in those areas and waterways, and it's causing flooding in the city. We normally work with the county on those types of issues, but this year they've done all the work that they had finances for, so we have this one area that still needs to be taken care of, so the city council voted to cover that this year. We also want to thank the county. They are continuing to help us get caught up on some of the work in the city where we've been behind because we've been down on our sidearm. So some of the areas that have really needed trimming in the city, we're getting a lot of help from the county on that, and we appreciate that very much. Looking over, I don't see anything else. We did approve the purchase of tactical vests and helmets for the police department, which will be covered partially by a Homeland Security grant. These are equipments that we have needed for the police department. As y'all well know, that we have worked hard to try to increase salaries at the police department and improve equipment because safety is obviously a top priority for the city. And in many cases, our police department has not always, in recent years, had all the equipment that they have needed, and we're trying to make sure they have those things to help keep them safe and the community as well. We did have some new hires in the fire department, and no, it was in the fire department. It was just a. Do we have? Yes, we did. Three entry level firefighters, and then. I think those were the major discussions. We did have to do some work in the Trotter Convention Center. We've had some, as you know, in an aging building like that, we do have maintenance upkeep that hits periodically, and some gas piping work is needing to be done. In fact, we're hoping that it's going to be done soon because we have events coming up this weekend. So those were some of the things that we discussed last night. We did have an executive session where we updated the council on pending litigation that we've been working on. And then the council also voted to give 2 employees extra time who have not been working for the city for a year, so don't have the sick leave that they could use to be paid during the time that they need to take off for medical issues. The council did vote to allow them to maintain their positions at no pay and have that time off. And I think that is all the major issues that we talked about last night, but I'm willing to take any questions from the media or from anybody that's online watching.
Engineering contract on the $4 million bridge replacement.
Yes, we did do that too, and that's on the bridge that's on near Waterworks Road. Yeah. And that will be at no cost to the city. That's a full grant, which the city had applied for before and didn't get, and then they asked us to reapply. We did receive that this year.
Mayor, let's talk a little bit about this tactical vest that the police department gives. This is something we've been needing for a long time now.
Well, there are several things that the police department has needed as far as equipment is concerned. Having vests like that help keep our police officers safe, and helmets in situations where they might go in. We brought our SWAT team back. So yes, these are all the types of equipment that you want to have to make sure that they have the equipment that they need to keep them safe.
Seems like we got a beaver problem too in the city.
There have been complaints about the drainage issues that beavers cause when they build dams. They are quite efficient at doing that. If you don't do these things correctly, once they're removed, they can build them back just as quickly. So yes, flooding of all types is an issue in Columbus, and the beavers don't do anything to help us with that.
Yeah, just real quick, what day was that Christmas tree lighting next week?
Oh, it's Monday, the 27th.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
And then,
starts at 5:30.
Gotcha. About the pending litigation,
Mm-hmm.
does that involve the Gilmer's property over there?
Yes,
Gotcha. Is there anything else you can kind of tell us about that?
not at this time. Other than we're hoping for a quick resolution.
Okay. And you wouldn't be willing to talk about any of the communications y'all have had with Mr. Ferguson?
I can't because it's ongoing. I shouldn't. Is that correct, Jeff?
It was, as I understand, I don't have a conflict, so I was out of the room, but I understand it was a strategy discussion with their special counsel. So public disclosure, that would usually be helpful to that.
Who is the specially hired counsel?
It's Amanda Meadows, yes. And he has counsel out of Jackson, Mississippi. But what I will say is that I think that we're hoping for a very positive resolution to this, and I think we're working towards that.
Gotcha. So nothing has been filed in Chancery Court then?
No. Not at all.
That's all I got.
Well, if that's everything, listen, I want to reiterate, I hope everybody has a very safe and healthy Thanksgiving. And again, even outside of the events that I was volunteering to help, I've noticed that there are a lot of nonprofits in the city who've been doing a lot of good work to reach out to the citizens in need of our community. And that says a lot about what a wonderful city that we live in and a caring community. And I want to thank again all the citizens who work so hard to make sure that others have a happy time during the holidays. This can be a very difficult time going into the holiday season for people. There's a lot of, there's a spike in mental illness, depression, and that type of thing. So I thank all the organizations that are on the lookout for that type of thing. I encourage people, if you are feeling anxious or in need of help this time of year, don't be afraid to reach out. There are people there who care and want to help you, and you're not alone. So again, thanks to the city for all that you continue to do.